let's not forget the extended family of the Islanders and the Whites now share. It's just amazing. I think we have close to 50 rooms at the Fairmont, with close to half of everyone here being an out-of-town guest. Both coasts and the Midwest, all well represented. Just so you know, I might be a little rough here at start because I've requisitioned with ample notice a projector and screen for a slideshow to accompany the toast, but was denied by Sarah. I actually think Nick would have been okay with it. So I do my best to apologize in advance for the lack of visuals. I promise you, when Sarah was growing up, I never imagined having a daughter and a son-in-law as great as Sarah and Nick. And actually, the combination of Sarah and Nick together is even better. And I certainly never imagined they're getting married with all these friends together in such a beautiful place. While this toast is about them, I sure feel really lucky and feel like I'm toasting myself. So, and I guess this toast is about most all of you as well, for the same reason. I'm also very nervous here today, because in the words of Sarah, I need to remember only 1 in 10 of my jokes is funny. And okay, I guess that was the one. And it's a good thing this is not all jokes, 'cause that was it. Okay, Sarah, Nick, you guys have been together for 8 years. Wow. Over that time, you've grown to love and take care of each other and cheer each other on. And we heard a lot of this last night from the Whites as well, so some of it's for better, because it's just so true. You're just so connected in your values, how you play, what you laugh at, how you support each other, and of course, what's really cool is your sense of adventure. I smile so much inside and out when I hear about you guys planning your next trip, and then Shally shows me an hour-by-hour, perfectly typed itinerary for like a 2-week-long trip. And it's great that when you come back, I say, well, what happened? Oh, we have to change this, and roll with the punches. It's just beautiful. It's adorable when you dream together, share your plans for not just the family, but things like, it's amazing when I hear you talk about combining your careers using Nick's talents and experience in building apps and softwares, with Sarah's perceived needs for teaching elementary school students. It's super cute. And Sarah goes on and on about it, and Nick's not even around. Oh, Nick is going to build me this app. It's just, I mean, it's amazing. You guys, you don't realize how special it is, and I hope you learn that from my words. Nick now has passionate views about public education and teacher pay. And those views actually sound just another way of him saying he loves you. And we heard last night about how grateful the Whites are to have Sarah. And you'll hear tonight about how my family is so great to have Nick and his entire family for basically all the same reasons, loving, caring, being kind. But I think the Whites missed one important reason why they love Sarah and why Sarah's been so good for Nick. Like Nick and Sarah are both severely allergic to nuts. And Sarah is the only one that reliably carries an everything. I think this might be because the Whites are not aware, potentially, of how many times Sarah has had to use that everything. I could be wrong. guys can talk about that later. Look, Todd mentioned last night, and many of you there, and more of you weren't, about how the COVID experience was defining for the Whites, falling in love with Sarah because of all the time they spent there together. Todd really had some wonderful words about that, but what I don't think Todd realizes, the Adlers fell in love with the Whites at that time as well. Thank you guys so much for taking care of Sarah. We're just so grateful. Here's the sequence of events as I know it. The week before the lockdown, Sarah and Nick drove many hours from Dallas to Telluride to the Whites' house for a spring break ski trip. Exactly upon arrival, the COVID lockdown occurred and the lifts pretty much and everything else just shut down. What was supposed to be a vacation with Nick, Sarah, and a few friends who came in from out west turned into something else. The friends went home, and the Whites descended on the house for what was to be a couple of weeks. You know, at that time we thought it was just a week or two of quarantine. The couple of weeks with the White family turned into close to 2 months. Sarah lived among the Whites and learned their ways in a similar way to how Pocahontas acclimated to the European settlers and adopted their way of life. Sarah also joined a new family. So Sarah, did you survive by becoming one of them? Did you survive by winning them over? Did you survive by being yourself? I think there's a little bit of each, but most did the latter. During COVID, I checked in on you most days, and all reports that you were enjoying it all, including the love and protection from the whole White family. I got such comforting reports of your family time doing things like reading, playing games, hiking, and then of course lots of cooking and drinking. Oh yeah! I was so personally happy when Todd reached out to me unsolicited during COVID in the middle of lockdown. He just did it to introduce himself and personally let me know that Sarah was okay and how great it was to have Sarah there. This was just so touching. And I'm so happy for Sarah, as I knew then that the Whites were loving people. Todd, Maureen, Megan, and Kate, thank you again. Like the Whites in Telluride, I've also had good fortune to live very close to Sarah and Nick. This was while they were in Dallas, just shortly after college. As the Whites' love for Sarah was strengthened by their experience, my love for Nick was similar during those Dallas days. And Nick, you're about as nice and genuine as they come. I'm so fortunate to get this experience once again as you guys and Finn move to New York soon. All right, I do want to give a shout out. I already mentioned all the out-of-town visitors, but I do want to give a special shout out to Anita Jones, who came here from New York to be here for Sarah and Nick. Anita, or Nita, N-I-T-A, as Sarah would call her, until I think high school, watched over Sarah since the time she was about 3 months old. These two have grown a love for each other that has been an unexpected life blessing. Anita, thanks you for all you've done, including all the Bible reading, hair braiding, education about the NBA, the New York Knicks in particular, and making Sarah the first kid in school to have perfect cursive writing far before it was ever required. Right, Sarah?
Absolutely.
You helped give my kids, and actually me too, a big heart and increased capacity for love. We love you, Nita. I just want to say ChatGPT and all AI had no role whatsoever in creating my remarks. Party on.